In the grim darkness.
Looking down from the heights that we have built all by ourselves. And there is fear of the unknown, but we cannot lose control when we feel like the world is against us. We're trying to find ourselves without the defining words. We can no longer hold on to what only makes us hurt. We cannot think into the dark. The vertigo is getting sharp. There's something greater than ourselves that we must reach for. Now which way do we go is the question to ask. There are so many choices that it's hard not to look past. What is real and what is fake, and the risk we have to take. Will we know what is throwing up our balance? We're trying to find ourselves without the defining words. We can no longer hold on to what only makes us hurt. We cannot think into the dark. The vertigo is getting sharp. There's something greater than ourselves that we must
Let's change that, shall we? We're going to change that right. So now we should be good. Happy New Year, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens. Y'all know who this is. This is your boy, True.
Then, Forme.
Wishing everybody a happy
Myers.
New Year.
I'm in the Orlando area.
We are live, folks. We are live. So, yes. I'd like to wish everybody a happy New Year. This is the very first PokéTalk episode for 2019. Joining me on this fabulous community day is a person who will sleep throughout community day, and we talking about Laura 1 2 3 4 5. Laura, say hello to the people. And Laura, can you hear me? Uh-oh, I can't hear Laura.
She said hi.
Right, yeah, we assuming she said hi. Now, the person you just heard is a person who was hunting alligators with fellow alligators, and that is JT Valor. Say hello to the chat.
Everybody, how's it going? Welcome back if you're old, and welcome if you're new.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, yes, now before we go on, JT Valor, you just shared with us some very interesting news. Mind sharing with the chat the good news you received lately?
Good news that I received lately?
Yes.
Depends on which one we were talking about. Talking about the wallet?
No. I wasn't there for that. We talked about your video.
A video about how to get shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go. And that thing, for some reason, blew up a lot. Like, it's almost at 6,000 views. So if any of you guys saw it, thank you very much. And if any of you guys are new subscribers to me, thank you so much. Like, this is awesome.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, again, JT Valor's information will be on the side of him. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you right now. So when you go to JT Valor, bam, there's his YouTube channel right there. There's his Twitter under the social media stuff right there. So check out his channel and subscribe. So yeah, there you go with that. So before I go on, Laura, any final things you want to say before we tackle this topic? You know, want to do a sound check real quick? And still can't hear you, which is weird. Because I was hearing you fine and dandy before we went live. Which is pretty crazy. Wow, that is crazy. You say what, Valor, JT?
Said I can hear her just fine. So maybe you have her muted on accident or something? Because I can hear her perfectly fine.
No. I got her volume at 75%. She's not muted. So I don't know what happened. And we need her unmuted so she can tackle the subject, which is weird. But yeah, that is weird.
Find out how you felt about the event.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Saying that she needs to do sign language for every time like we ask her a question, and she just like sign out how she felt about it.
That's crazy. But yeah, that is weird. I don't know what happened. Like, I did nothing. Laura, try leaving the voice chat in Discord and come back in. Maybe that may do the trick.
A live stream right now. There's 4 people watching.
Okay.
How about now?
Okay, now we good. Now we good. Okay. So, now
sorry, my cat is.
Oh yeah, so that's right.
Sorry, my cat.
So yeah, Laura got 2 cats, and apparently they both want to be a part of the show. I saw one of them looking so adorable. So with that out the way, let's get on to the first topic, shall we? All right, so here we go. So a number of months back, Trainer Tips, you all know who Trainer Tips is, came out with a tweet asking us if we care about PvP. And the crazy thing was about over 24,000 people voted, and out of those 24,000 plus, 52% said no. And obviously 48 says yes. Now this was obviously before the Boulder Cup League was official and made known worldwide and things of that nature. So for safety's reasons, I'm gonna start with JT Valor. JT Valor, what are your thoughts? Do you think PvP is actually failing in Pokemon Go?
At the moment, I would say that it's not really failing. It's just, it wasn't a great first impression by a lot of people. And now that a lot of people are starting to learn more about it and actually like figuring out what's good, what isn't good, what moves are more effective. Now that we know that defensive Pokemon are actually better for than the higher attackers are, like but people are understanding it. I would say that if somebody put out a poll, it might be a little bit different, but it's still not an amazing system by any means. I mean, I enjoy it. You know, I like coming up with new things, learning who's really good and who's bad, you know, but, and, you know, like they said, they're doing Boulder Cups now, so maybe it's going to start picking up a bit now that there's a competition and, you know, people really like competition, so it'll get better, but right now I can definitely understand the 50-50 split, but I wouldn't say it's like a complete flop or anything like that.
Okay. All right, so Laura, same question. Do you think PvP is failing in Pokemon Go?
It's failing. I'd just say that a lot of people might find it boring because people don't like to just tap, 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 tap. They like to have like what they have to do, which that's what's starting to become because like my group here in where I live, we all have thingy every week, PvP tournament that we do, and we just kind of had to figure out to use against our opponents and everything, and I find that a lot of fun. So at the beginning, I was kind of like, okay, whatever, this is cool. I want to get my Sinnoh Stones through this, but that's it. But now, okay, I really want to do this so I can win.
Okay. Very interesting there. And speaking of the Boulder Cup, y'all both mentioned that. Have anybody have any plans of taking part in the Boulder Cup in their area? Laura, let's start with you first. Is there a tournament scheduled near you that? Wait, no, I take that back. You actually took part in a Boulder Cup tournament recently. So tell us about that. How did that go?
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah. I've just taken place in some other PvP tournaments in the past.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's just a random tournament, but your Boulder Cup is tomorrow. Okay. JT Vallis, there's a Boulder Cup coming your way real soon that you're taking part in?
It all just depends on when it is and like what I'm doing as well, because I also have to do videos and such. Like I might just do a video on the Boulder Cup because I mean I'm sure some people would like to watch that, see how it goes, and I wouldn't mind participating, but at the moment I have no solid plans to do it.
Okay. So as for me, in case y'all didn't see my last two videos, I've been advertising my area's Boulder Cup tournament, which is next week, an hour before Phoebus Community Day. So yeah, I will do a video on that. Obviously, I will be taking part in it, obviously, and I'm planning on winning it all as the Universal PvP Champion, the World PvP Champion. So yeah, of course, I have to represent and show why I hold both those titles. All right, so now let's get off the PvP topic. Let's get on to another topic rather, and basically that is this one. So last month we had the holiday event. Yes, I know this is like what 2 or 3 weeks old, but we have to talk about the holiday event, which was them introducing us to brand new Gen 4 Pokemon and giving us a lot of shiny possibilities and a lot of good field researches as well. So my question for the two of you, and we can start with you, Laura, is this: was the holiday event really good? That's my question. And
We got all these new Pokemon. Like, we got new babies. The eggs were all switched up. We got new shinies. But like, it felt kind of like a little bit the same, but not at the same time. Because every couple days we would get a new reward. Like, we got the incubators every day for 2 weeks. We got the double Stardust, I think it was. We got the XP on and the candies and everything. So that was really nice because kind of like a Christmas gift from Niantic to us. So I wouldn't say it's a failure, but we definitely have had some better events in the past.
ooh, so you say we had some better events in the past. Can you name such events that you think was better? That's interesting.
I'm trying to think of one. I think that the event, I guess, would be one that time after the first Pokemon Go Fest, all the rewards that were just kind of handed to us, I would say that's probably a little bit better.
Okay. JT Vallis, your thoughts on the holiday event that we had a month ago?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. I mean, again, they made a shiny Delibird, which was really cool. I was actually able to get one of those, and I was so happy about it. There was a lot of like shinies that I didn't have, like the Pikachu with the hat and everything like that, which I managed to get those, including a Pichu with the hat, which I was very shocked that I hatched that. So yeah, I mean, like I enjoyed it a lot because those events are like geared for me in terms of like I just want the shiny. Like when it comes down to other benefits, you know, sometimes I like them, like if it's egg hatching or something like that, but usually I don't pay much mind to some of the benefits, even though nowadays I kind of pay more attention to like Stardust. So it definitely wasn't the best in my opinion. Like I really think in terms for me again, I think the Halloween event was fantastic because that Halloween event was filled with almost every Pokemon with a shiny check on it. Like, you know, great. Like, and I got a few of what I was missing on that event, so I was very happy. Didn't get the Drifloon sadly, but yeah. And also, you know, if you're including like Go Fest stuff, I would say that was a lot better. You know, and consider the Safari Zone events when they like release the shiny around the world and stuff again. And again, this is just me talking because I like shinies. That's like my thing. So, you know, when they released that mass release of like the Pinsers and everything, like I went out and got like over 20 Pinsers just because I could, you know what I mean? Like that's so that's why I think it was a fun event, but it definitely wasn't the best one.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah, you did bring up a good point. The Halloween event was really, really good. Now that I think about it, I had to say the Halloween event was better than the holiday event, and I always get them mixed up, Halloween, holiday, and it would drive me insane. And people would call me out.
I always call it the Christmas event because it's not the same letter, and I would definitely get that tongue-tied quite often.
Right. Yeah. Now, the reason why I'm going to count Go Fest or the Safari Zone is because those are basically real-life events that we can actually physically attend that involves Pokemon Go, while these are events like the Halloween event, the holiday event. They are events that are like solely for Pokemon Go only, and then we just have to take advantage of how we use those events and things of that nature. But yeah, I do like the Halloween event better than the holiday event. I had to make sure I got them correct. But yeah, let's move on to the third topic. So the third topic is this. So Deoxys attack form is the new EX raid boss. And believe it or not, you can solo it by yourself. So there is a video out there by Only One Link, shout out to him, who solo an attack form Deoxys 3 times by himself. And obviously some of them use different moves and things of that nature. So my question for you guys is this. This attack form Deoxys, what are your thoughts on this form? Laura, we'll start with you first.
It's a new technical Pokédex entry, like a new form, like the Alolan forms or the unknowns. You get a new one in there. I really don't think anybody's going to be really using this in battle because, like, yes, it has higher attack, but, like, its defense is absolute garbage. I think that I heard that it said that it had instead a Magikarp or a Caterpie or something like that, so that makes it, like, nobody's going to want to use it. And in EX Raid, you have to battle and do raids in the gyms, so it's kind of like people are like, okay, what's the point in doing it if I'm just going to get this crappy Pokemon that I don't really want? And they're like, I don't want to have to work with other people if I'm not even going to use this Pokemon.
Okay. JT Fowler, your thoughts on you soloing attack form Deoxys? Your thoughts on this EX raid boss as a whole?
Sold him before. I think it's fun. I think it's fun that we can finally actually like solo a legendary, or technically he's a mythical, but still, it's cool. I definitely understand the fact that he kind of sucks, which is unfortunate because like literally he's like butter in a skillet. As soon as he's in there, he's gone pretty much. Like it's dead. And you're right. It was the same. It has less defense in the Caterpie, and I think a Magikarp as well. Like this thing is going to die very fast, but it has some good like a good damage output. For if you had like a team of 6 of them, they wouldn't last too long, but they would do a decent amount of damage. So I agree, though. I don't really like the way his stats down this game, and it does make it kind of like, oh well, because I had an EX raid today, middle of Community Day, which was stupid. So I chose not to do it because I wanted to do something else. So I guess that also kind of explains that, like, you know, I'm overly thrilled. Like if it was a Mewtwo, I would have probably made like plans and then to get that EX raid, you know what I mean? But with Deoxys, not so much.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, and to confirm, yeah, its defense is either on par or weaker than Caterpie and or Magikarp, so that's not saying much about defense. But because of how potent its offense is, would either one of you consider using it as a part of your PvP team just solely because of its attack? Well, I see JT saying no. Laura, what you think? Would you? No, that's like a slight no.
I just don't think so, because, like, sure, it might get a couple good attacks in there, but, like, because of its defense, it's just going to go so far down, and then, like, you're down to 2 Pokemon already, and that's going to tank your team.
I highly doubt you will even get a charge move off. If you do, you're incredibly lucky. Like, that thing's dead. Like, you better hope that it fast attacks really good, because unless you're fighting something extraordinarily weaker than you in terms of like P or something like that, your Deoxys is dead.
Okay, I can see that. All right, so you bring up a good subject, JT, about the EX raid doing community day. We'll tackle that later on, but let's move on to the next subject, which is about an actual legendary, and that would be about Heatran. So Heatran is the current tier 5 raid boss that is out right now. In fact, while I was out doing the community day, I saw a bunch of Heatrans out and about. Obviously, I took part in none of those, but not a lot of people are really feeling Heatran like that. I will admit I'm kind of not, because normally I would grind for a perfect legendary, but this is not the case when dealing with Heatran. So my question is this: should people care about Heatran? Laura, we can start with you first.
That's just for the fact of having a new Pokédex entry, because, like, I think everybody should care about every Pokemon that's in Pokemon Go a little bit, just to have that into their Pokédex, and after it's out of their Pokédex, they can be like, whatever, I'm done. So I think just to get it into their Pokédex, they should care than that. I mean, I haven't really heard anybody talk about how good it's in battle, how bad it's in battle. I haven't used it in battle, so battle-wise, I'm not 100% sure how well it goes.
Okay. JT Valor, what are your thoughts? Should people care about this legendary?
For Pokedex entry, yes. As for using him, I mean, from what I've heard, he's not amazing, but he's not bad either. I mean, like, it's a fun typing, Fire and Steel. I don't think there's any other Fire and Steel types out there, so that's a fun combination. And if they do a, well, I mean, you could technically, you can't use that in the Great League. Never mind. I don't know if there's even a way for you to find a really, really, really bad Heatran. Like, you got to get lucky with the IVs, I guess, and hope that it's just terrible. And even then, since he's part fire, the ground types would absolutely destroy him. So he wouldn't be even good for the Boulder Cup if you could get him in there. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun Pokemon, and like, it's got interesting moves, especially its Bug Bite. That would actually be kind of interesting against ground types. I assume that's probably why they gave it to him. But yeah, like, I think it's cool. But I mean, I only have done like 5. The one I wanted, and after that I was just like, all right, whatever. If I'm here for it, I'll do it, but if not, then losing any sleep over it.
Yeah, I feel the same way, to be honest. I feel the exact same way. But like I said, once in a while, if I see it, then I would have the desire to do it. You don't even need a lot of people to do it. I think you only need like 3 or 4 accounts to take it down. 5 if it's weather boosted, so it don't even take much to take it down. All right, let's move on to the next topic. We are blowing by these topics because I am hungry and I'm really late. I'm supposed to be going to a birthday party tonight. But now let's talk about today's community day. So yes, in case you've been living under a rock, today was community day. So Totodile community day has been going on out in Europe and in Americas and Greenland. And we're going into the Asia and Pacific region. Yours will be starting real soon, Sunday actually. But here's my question for the two of you. Obviously, this question was created before Community Day came, with the hopes of doing this show before Community Day came up, but I'll ask it anyway. And that question is this: did you have any excitement going into today's Totodile Community Day? Laura, I heard the type of day you had today earlier. I guess you could kind of answer that question. We'll start with you first.
To be honest, I wasn't super excited. I do like the color of the shiny Totodile, but so I didn't get a chance to really do all of Community Day. I did as much as I could. I got to do about 2 hours of it, I ended up with 2 shiny Totodiles. I'm gonna take what I can get. Like another community day for me.
Okay.
Really anything super exciting.
Okay. All right, JT Valor, aka the Shiny King, was you excited for Totodile's Community Day going into today?
I mean, I love Community Day. I like shinies, so like honestly, for me, it was just like cool. I'm gonna try something new. I went to a theme park called Gatorland. It's something over here in Orlando. It's literally a park filled to the brim with alligators, and I'm like, well, this is a perfect location to try it. Spawns were fantastic. The only downside was, I don't know if anybody else felt this, but I think that the servers were chugging along at times, and the area I was in was not great for internet either. So I was very sparse when I was able to play, so I didn't do as well as I usually do. But I still had a great time. I enjoyed it. I love the shiny Totodile. I think it's a wonderful shiny. And, you know, meta relevant, but who knows? Maybe it turns out, because I think he's a bit of a tank when it comes to his like stats. So maybe he would be good in the like Cerulean Cup or whatever they choose to do, the Water Cup. So who knows? Like, I was excited for it, enjoyed it, and I had fun with it. So, you know.
Okay. So, and just a heads up, they can watch this video of you at Gator World, right? Or Gatorland, whatever it's called.
Yes, I'll be posting that hopefully tonight. I mean, I was in the middle of editing it until I was like, oh yeah, I have to be on this podcast right now. So I stopped it. But yeah, it'll be up either early tomorrow or late tonight.
Okay, yeah. So make sure to look out for JT Valor's upcoming Community Day video. Again, the link to his channel is right there. You're looking at it on the right side of him. Now, not down there, to your right, or really your left. Point to your left. Yeah, you're looking at right. Yeah, close enough. There you go. It'll be right there. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, now in terms of me and Community Day, actually, there's another thing we talked about. You actually brought this up as well. Some of us had EX raids today during Community Day. So, what I did today was, mine was at 3 o'clock, but luckily, mine was at my usual grinding spot when it comes to Community Day. So, everybody was there. So, I just showed up. The first lobby was filled up, full of 20. And then I joined the second lobby where there was like, I think 6 of us. And we took it down with ease, caught it, and I was on my way. JT Valor, you said you skipped yours. Any reason why?
Because I wanted to go to Gatorland. And it's very far away compared to where my EX raid was. So I was just like, do I want to have a nice day where I could try something new, go to a new location? I mean, I've been there before in like a couple of years, so I wanted to go back. And I was just like, this is like the perfect opportunity. And then the EX raid came up, and I looked at the time, and I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather feed alligators and catch shinies over there than I would, you know, go into the usual spots that I always go to that are kind of boring. Like, I've been trying to branch out when it comes to videos too. Like, let's not go to the same place every time, but it's kind of that, you know what I mean? Because I don't have a lot of money for travel. So that's why I was doing this.
Right.
I feel bad that I missed it in a way, because it is a mythical that's only going to be here for like 3 months maybe until they switch the form again. But at the same time, it's like, I'll probably get another chance, you know? And I know that they also released another wave that's on Feed-Ass Day, which is, I don't know why they're doing this, but yeah.
Laura,
Take away your excitement.
right. Laura, did you get an EX raid invite for today or no?
And I had to skip out on it because I had those errands to run. I was kind of like, I can do it, or I could run the errands. So I'll go run the errands because I'll go get another one. It's whatever.
Okay.
Because I have a normal form Deoxys, so I'm just like, yeah, if I get it, great.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I had one today. I did it because it was like right there where I was grinding. But no, I did not get one for next week, which is convenient for me because of the whole PvP tournament that I'll be taking part in Phoebus Community Day. So that all worked out for me. All right, so now this topic is going to be interesting because you both live in southern or currently at southern states, unlike me who is up in Michigan. But I want to hear your thoughts on this topic, despite the fact neither one of you have to deal with this. And what I am talking about is this. So obviously it's the start of the brand new year, meaning it's January, meaning for some of us, we have to deal with extremely cold weather and snow. So when it comes to Pokemon Go, some people don't like to take part and go outside and play Pokemon, and I'd rather stay indoors, especially up north, like where I'm at right now. So my question for the two southern individuals is this. that people should play Pokemon Go in the winter. And Laura, we'll start with you. I think you actually live in a northern state as well. Can you shed some light into that?
Yeah, so originally I lived in Northwest Indiana, about an hour away from Chicago. So we got snow there. It was cold there. I'm actually living in Texas right now, but I'm going to a school in Idaho currently. I'm off track right now, but I'm gonna be going there, and I was there for the winter time. During the winter time, both times I did play, and I went outside because after school I'd have to wait for my mom. Walk back and forth on this path in the middle of December or February or whatever, and it would be cold. I'd be wearing my coat, but I would still walk back and forth playing Pokemon Go and getting Pokestops and catching Pokemon. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes, you should play, because if you wanna keep your level up, if you want to get the Pokemon and everything, then you still got to keep the grind up.
Okay, keep the grind up. I may use that. Keep the grind up. That could be for a song or something. But anywho, JT Valley, since you live in cozy old Florida, what are your thoughts about playing Pokemon Go in the wintertime for those who may not experience the nice climate that you do?
Before we get into that, I've lived in tons of cold places my entire life. Like, Florida is the first place that's ever been warm. I've lived in England, Germany, and Colorado, all these cold places. So I would understand not wanting to go out, but also, like, I'm with her on the, if you want to do the grind. But also, like, yeah, it might seem bad because everybody has, like, their preference. Like, I prefer warmer temperatures, but I can deal with colder temperatures. And I feel like, but I know some people that are the complete opposite. Some people hate the heat and would rather have it cool. So it really just depends on, like, what you prefer. Because, like, for me, like, in the middle of the summer, I'm also dying and losing my, water like 5 times faster than anyone else because I'm in Florida compared to all you guys up north who are dealing with some pretty good temperatures, and it's also a dry heat and everything like that from what I hear. So, like, like, all in all, right now it kind of sucks for you guys, but it's going to get better for you guys and it's going to get worse for me later. So, I'm kind of enjoying this, like, time weather for the rest of these states.
Okay. Oh, I just learned something new about you. I did not know you live in Germany and England. I did not know that.
Yeah, my mother worked for the Department of Defense, so I had to go along with her.
Okay. Now in terms of getting better for us, like, in June and July or whatever, but yeah, we the same people who complain about the wintertime in January, but yeah, we would go to the Bahamas or go to Florida, like, during the summertime, doing these heat, like, these insane heats and things of that nature. So yeah, I'm gonna give a big shout out to Straw Hat Chris for showing up to the live stream. And we were talking about, and actually, Straw Hat Chris, you live in Michigan as well, although we haven't met yet, but you live in Michigan, and we were talking about whether or not it is worth playing Pokemon Go in the wintertime. And you said you play in the winter. Today's community day, and sunny, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, just got to give correctly. Yeah, that's true. Because as you saw in my clip, I did play Pokemon Go, did shoot a video last year in, like, -4 degrees weather. It was snow and deer everywhere, so that was fun. That was pretty fun. But yeah, let's move on to our next topic, which is going to be an interesting one. Now, this one is regarding a series that was not done by me or JT Valor, but instead it was done by Dark Matter Wolf, where he basically did a series called The Mind of Mr. 7, where he actually sat down with Mr. 7 and actually asked him about how he normally go editing personal time and what childhood was like, that nature. And it was a very interesting series. A lot of people watched it, a lot of people enjoyed it. So, JT Valley, you said you've seen, I'm not sure you've seen all of it, but you at least seen one episode. What are your thoughts of this series that was done by Dark Matter Wolf on Mr. 7?
So I've watched all of them. I thought it was fun to learn about him. Like, I've actually met Mystic 7. He was a really cool guy, so I was kind of interested to see what else, because, it was at that Sylph Road party, and, like, literally I talked to him for maybe, like, a minute or two, so it's not like I knew him, so it was kind of interesting to and, what he strives to achieve, yada, yada, which is cool to see. I mean, you respect the guy. He's done quite a bit with his life, and he's pretty young with it, too, or young with, yeah. so you know what I mean, like impressive what he's been able to accomplish. So it's cool to see what's in his mind when it comes to the stuff, you know, see like why he chose certain things. Like he got into the whole spoofing arguments of you know, like who started what and everything, and you know, it was interesting just to hear his perspective on it all.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we actually both did meet Mr. Seven at that same Sith World party, and just like you, I only spoke to him rather for about a minute. I also met him at GoFest 2017. Got our pictures taken. That was pretty fun as well. All right, so Laura, now you informed me earlier that you did not see the Mind of Mr. Seven series, but was there anything you would like to add in regarding to this series, even though you haven't seen it?
Heard, it does sound pretty cool, and I have wanted to watch it. It's just play and stuff, you know. Like whenever I think about it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it, and then like 5 seconds later, I'm like, oh wow, what's that? And I get distracted. So I do want to watch it, but and it sounds pretty cool because I've actually met Miss 672, and he was chill and awesome and pretty cool. So
Okay. And if you want proof, check out Laura's Twitter, and her screenshot or her avatar picture is of her. Actually, you're pointing the wrong way. It's the other way. Yeah, there you go. It's actually her with a picture with Mr. Seven. So yeah, that's your proof right there. And also check out my Instagram. You want to see proof of me taking a picture of Mr. Seven as well. So with that out the way, actually, let me get back to the chat. Straw Hat Chris, you went to Ann Arbor and you drove. Chris, I don't know what city you're in, but if you're further east from me and I'm in the Detroit Redford area, that's a long drive for you because Ann Arbor is like 40 minutes from me. So I can't even fathom how long that drive must have been for you. All right, so let's move on to the final topic of the show, and that is this. Now a lot of people have been talking about spoofing, and as we all know, the likes of FFUATL basically shut down the channel, and I got his name that quickly. He was showing it to my live streams here and there, but he actually playing on legit nowadays. But y'all know who I'm talking about, man. Hopefully one of you guys could correct me in terms of the name of this individual. I forgot who it is that quickly. But anywho, the question here is this. Is spoofing on its last leg? Laura, we can start with you on this final topic.
yes, because I haven't heard anybody. I haven't seen anybody tweet about it. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I really nothing about it. So I'm gonna say yes. Like I'm sure people are still spoofing and like whatever. People play however they want. It's not really my business. And they get banned, whatever. It's that's their fault and everything and whatever. But like I'm gonna say yes. Like for the major part of it, I'm gonna say like it's over for the most part.
Oh wow, you going that far? You saying it's over? Wow, okay. JT Valor.
Like
oh wait. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying like not over, but like it's definitely because a lot of people are like, wow, this is really bad. Maybe I should go ahead and play legit because like more reasons to play legit now because like you go out and find those Pokemon and you really sense connection with them. You know what I mean?
Okay. JT Valor, your thoughts. Do you believe that spoofing is on its last leg?
So 100% honestly, no. I mean, I just think spoofing is always going to be a thing no matter what. And again, I also am part of the I don't care, you know, you do you. Like, I don't even care about the gym system that much. So, like, there's really no way a spoofer can really negatively affect me. And I spoofers, like, in raids before. So it's just like, okay, you know, like, I have extra help here that I can't see the person. And sometimes, you know, I just want to keep to myself and do the raid and not even talk to anybody. So it's like, whatever. I don't think it's over by any means. I know that FSU ATL is gone now. There's a lot of theories as to why that happened. I've read a lot of it, but there's a lot of like there's still that lifting and zombies guy. He does spoof videos, I believe, unless he went legit, but I don't think he did. And there's also like, another guy called Band Spoof, and I don't like mind that they spoof at all, mostly because that Bandproof spoof guy, chill, nice dude, and he's not like being a toxic individual. So all in all, like, yes, I also agree with the whole, if you get bans, tough because you are breaking the terms of service, but, you know, if you want to play that way, then play that way. You know, there's almost no way except for taking somebody else's gym away, you know.
Right, right, right. Now the two names you mentioned, I have not heard of either one of those. But yeah, I have
And
not
learn
heard of
like
either of
I've been
those.
able to learn about every single one of the Pokemon Go YouTubers just because I like to like learn from them. You know, just no matter who they are, just to see what their styles are, whatnot. And then I saw these people, and like it came up because I looked into Jono and I looked into FSU ATL because I would hear about them because that was they were the main two. And then of course, YouTube being the way that it is, goes, oh, this guy likes watching spoof videos. I'm like, no, I really don't though. But then I learned about these other people, so that's and again, I have no issues with them because you know they're playing the game how they want to
Yeah.
play it. But
Alright.
And in
Anything-
my my community that does spoof, and he offers people to like, let's take Tropius for instance. He's like, hey guys, I'll give you a Tropius if you can give me a Lucario and stuff like that. He's like, just so you guys know, I do spoof. So I think it's really nice that, like, whatever, that's up to him, but like I think it's nice that he does let people know that he spoofs, because some people like legitimately instead of a spoofed way.
Okay.
I will agree with as well as like, I mean, if they tell you and you're okay with it, then fine. But I will say, I think I got tricked. That was my grade that I got. I think that he tricked me because I don't know. He may have gone to New Zealand. He may have, but like, I don't know. He also had like the regional too. All of a sudden, I'm like, either this guy travels a lot or he spoofs. And I've seen him around often, so I'm like, I don't think he travels a lot.
Okay, okay. Let's see what Chris has to say. Let's see. He thinks there's always going to be that person out there who wants to spoof for 100% Pokedex. However, there has been a decrease. Yeah, I agree. There has been a decrease. And it's Jono players. You did mention his name, JT. It's Jono. Which is pretty funny. You mentioned how some of these guys are cool individuals, both of you. I have heard stories from the likes of Poketron who met Jono, and he's a cool dude. He's been in some of my live streams. He's been in the last PokéTalk episode, and he was a cool dude. And I heard some people say that FSU is a cool dude. I mean, I don't know about that one, but what do I know in regards to that? So I'm gonna leave that as is. But in terms of my personal
Really, just
experience,
comes down to
I'm sorry.
if you actually like know the person, yada yada. Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know Jono. The only things I know about him, I mean, because he subbed to me as well, and he did all that, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like I have no issues with the guy.
Right.
I'm not a huge fan of the whole thing that was, like the spoofers versus the legit players thing. Like I didn't care about any of it. Like because it didn't affect me at all. So we got different perspectives of people from all that stuff. So I don't really like judge anybody again unless it's like the Logan Paul thing where here I am filming some dead dude on a tree. Then I can go, man, this guy's probably not the best. But when it comes down to things, like I watched all their videos and I'm like, I don't know about FSU ATL. I've seen some of his videos and I'm not too sure if he's really that great, but I've never met him. So I can't honestly not he's a cool person or not, because all I have to go off of is a video.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I seen some of his FSU's video before I knew better. Like I was watching them a little bit, and then I was like, oh, I guess okay. And then I just stopped watching them. Terms of Jono, I haven't seen much of his work. I have been in a live stream of his lately because he been showing up to my live stream. We paying the favor, things of that nature. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And here's a little known fact, and I talked about this in a video a while back. I actually tried it, and I didn't get it. Like I didn't get the pleasures of spoofing, and it was like no. So everything, like I was mostly hunting Snorlaxes because I couldn't find any, but like I just deleted them all. It's like there's no point. I'd rather go and get these Pokemon myself, which what I've been doing and planning on doing. So there's my thoughts
I
on
think there's a
spoofing.
bit more satisfaction finding something on your own, like
Yeah.
actually going out and finding it than
Yeah, exactly.
on the sitting here on my chair and caught everything. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't like that.
Right.
That's not what I want to do. If you want to do it, good on you. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. Like again, it doesn't affect me unless somehow the doctor says the reason why you have cancer is because this person's spoofing. I'd be like, okay, well then this needs to stop. But that's never gonna happen. So.
Right. Laura, anything you would like to add before we close this topic?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I think that you just get so much more satisfaction, like, if you go out and catch a Pokemon. Like, I went to Florida for for Christmas time, and I got a Carnivine, and I was so excited when I got that because I was just stressing out so much. Like, am I gonna get this? Am I gonna get this? I really want to get this. And when I finally got it, I was just so excited. But like, okay, great, I got it. What's next? I don't spoof or anything, but I'm just saying that as an example.
Right, yeah, that is like a genuine feeling that I had, like, oh, I got it, so now what? But yeah. All right, so that's gonna do it for this episode of PokéTalk. Again, normally it would be an hour long, but one, I'm hungry, and two, I'm late to a birthday celebration. So, with that said, Laura, is there anything you would like to say to the audience to close the show?
So everybody, good luck on Feebas Community Research Day next week. Hope you guys all get those shinies, and good luck, everybody.
All right, and JT Valor, anything you would like to say to close out the show?
Same thing. Hopefully you all get yourselves a good shiny Feebas. Since it's the research, you're guaranteed to get one at least 69% or higher, even though for PvP that doesn't seem to matter. But if you care about IVs, then hopefully you get a good one. And that's pretty much it. Thanks.
Right. And again, his YouTube channel is right there. So he'll have a new video either later on tonight or tomorrow. So check out his Community Day adventure as well. Now, and regarding to myself, my closing remarks is this. Niantic, you got to give us more than 3 weeks notice for this Safari Zone in Brazil. You got to cut that out. You got to cut that out. And then here's my question that I'm going to leave for the two of you for next month's episode. Do you think they'll do a Safari Zone every month? That's a very interesting question. All right, so we're going to call it a wrap. So just like JT Valor, I will have a video out really at the end of this live stream right here. It won't be my Community Day video. It would be your preparations for like planning routes and things like that, and things of that nature, right? For Community Day and for Phoebus Community Day, which is next week. Also, the PvP Boulder Cups tournament are going on all over the world. So find one in your area, check to see there's a Discord in your areas, and see if they're doing anything in regard to the Boulder Cup tournament. Mine is next week in Dearborn, Straw Hat Quiz. If you think it's showing up, there you go. I can give you the link for that. But yeah, mine will be in Dearborn next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an hour before Phoebus Community Day starts. So with that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the New Jake Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Finally, someplace I found peace in the dark of night. Tabletops, counting nerves in the early hours. Stone